Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. I and R Spoilers Weekly Update Sep 30 Oct 4. Heather impersonated, Daniel search, Audra outwitted, Nate's mystery. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of September 30, 2024 are finally here. Next week, Sharon Newman, Sharon Case impersonates Heather Stevens, Vale Bloom, via text. Daniel Romalotti, Jr., Michael Griside, searches for a missing Heather as Sharon continues covering her tracks. Meanwhile, Kyle Abbott, Michael Mueller, outsmarts Audra Charles, Zulika Silver. Also, Nate Hastings, Scene Dominic, has a new mystery on his hands. I and R spoilers for Monday, September 30 reveal that Sharon lies to her loved ones. Sharon doesn't confess to murder at all. Instead, Sharon says she was overwhelmed and has now come to her senses. Sharon will continue to lie to her family and cover when Daniel becomes suspicious and embarks on a desperate search. Sharon will also tell Cameron Kirsten, Lyndon Ashby, that she's done with the hallucination. However, Cameron urges Sharon to kill again. Monday's episode will also feature Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, taking on a new endeavor. When Tuesday's episode rolls around, Kyle manages to outsmart Audra. Knowing Audra, she will just double down on getting revenge. Meanwhile, Nate receives a mysterious message. Elsewhere, Victor Newman, Eric Braden, questions Victoria Newman's Amelia Heinel. Loyalty to Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Wednesday, October 2 tease that Victor challenges Kyle and Audra once again. Meanwhile, Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, strategizes with Diane Jenkins Abbott, Susan Walters. Over with Daniel, he will learn devastating news. Does someone find Heather's body, or will communication with Heather just completely stop? In Thursday's episode, expect Victor to conspire with Lily Winters, Crystal Kahlo, plus Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, comforts Phyllis. It sounds like Heather's body might be found. Over with Sharon, she will keep up appearances. On Friday, October 4, fans can expect Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, to commiserate with Billy. Meanwhile, Adam Newman, Mark Grossman, gives Chelsea Lawson, Melissa Claire Egan, some tough love. Plus, Daniel will struggle with his new reality. If Daniel learns that Heather is dead, how will he cope? What does that mean for Lucy Romalotti, Lily Brooks O'Brien, who is already struggling with alcohol and other issues? I can totally see Daniel questioning Sharon, but what if Lucy does some detective work on her own? It certainly would be dangerous, but it would give her more screen time. In any case, it sounds like the Sharon/Cameron storyline is just getting started, so stay tuned. The week of September 30 to October 4 on The Young and the Restless will be a whirlwind of deception, shocking confrontations, and dangerous secrets. The drama in Genoa City continues to build as one woman's dark plot thickens, while another man's search for the truth intensifies. Audra Charles faces a clever rival, and Nate Hastings finds himself tangled in a mystery that could change everything. Heather impersonated. A twisted identity plot unfolds. Heather Stevens is unknowingly at the center of a sinister scheme, and this week, the impersonation reaches new heights. A mysterious woman has been masquerading as Heather, and while some Genoa City residents have already started to sense something's off, the full extent of the plot has yet to be revealed. Daniel Romalotti's suspicion grows as he notices subtle differences in the woman claiming to be Heather. Her mannerisms, the way she speaks, and even small details from their shared past don't quite add up. Despite her efforts to maintain the charade, the cracks in her facade become too big to ignore. Daniel confronts the woman he believes to be Heather, but she skillfully deflects his questions, planting doubts in his mind. Is he just being paranoid, or is there truly something wrong with Heather? Unbeknownst to Daniel, Phyllis Summers is also investigating the situation. As a mother fiercely protective of her son, Phyllis senses that something darker is lurking beneath the surface. Phyllis' snooping leads her to a startling discovery. The real Heather hasn't been in Genoa City at all. The pieces of the puzzle start coming together, but the question remains, who is this imposter, and what does she want from Daniel? As the week progresses, the imposter grows bolder, manipulating Daniel with claims that they can rebuild what they once had. But Phyllis won't allow her son to be deceived any longer. By the end of the week, she confronts the fake Heather in a jaw-dropping showdown that leaves everyone reeling. Daniel's desperate search for the truth. Daniel is more determined than ever to uncover the truth about the woman pretending to be Heather. His instincts tell him that this situation is more dangerous than it appears. Fueled by memories of his past with Heather and the need to protect his loved ones, Daniel begins digging into the imposter's background. What he uncovers is a web of lies so tangled that even he struggles to make sense of it. Desperate for answers, Daniel turns to Christine Williams, who has her own suspicions about Heather's sudden reappearance in Geno City. Together, they investigate leads that take them down a rabbit hole of deceit, eventually linking the imposter to someone from Heather's past. The revelation is shocking, and it forces Daniel to reconsider everything he thought he knew about the woman he once loved. Will he be able to expose the truth before it's too late, or will the imposter outmaneuver him at every turn? Audra Outwitted, a dangerous game of power and deception. Audra Charles has made her share of enemies since returning to Geno City, but this week she finds herself outwitted in a dangerous game of power and deception. Audra, known for her sharp mind and ruthless tactics, is blindsided when an unexpected adversary uses her own tricks against her. It all begins when Audra sets her sights on a new business opportunity that could solidify her standing in Geno City's corporate world. Confident in her abilities, Audra believes she can manipulate the situation to her advantage. However, she quickly realizes she's underestimated her opponent. Her rival is none other than Victoria Newman, who has been quietly monitoring Audra's moves from the sidelines. Victoria, determined to protect Newman Enterprises' interests, plays her cards carefully, luring Audra into a trap. By the time Audra realizes what's happening, it's too late. Victoria has successfully outmaneuvered her, leaving Audra scrambling to pick up the pieces. By the end of the week, Audra's grip on power begins to slip, and she faces a crushing blow to her ambitions. But knowing Audra, she won't go down without a fight. How will she retaliate, and who will she target next in her quest to regain control? Nate's mystery deepens, a dangerous secret revealed. Meanwhile, Nate Hastings finds himself embroiled in a mysterious new storyline that promises to shake up his life in unexpected ways. Nate has always prided himself on his ability to balance his professional and personal life, but this week, a new mystery threatens to unravel everything he's worked for. It starts innocently enough. Nate receives a cryptic message from an anonymous source. At first, he brushes it off as a harmless prank. But when more messages start coming, Nate can't ignore the unsettling feeling that something is seriously wrong. The messages contain vague threats and clues that hint at a secret from Nate's past, one that he thought he had buried long ago. As the week progresses, Nate becomes increasingly paranoid, unsure of who to trust. He confides in Elena Dawson, but even she seems to be hiding something. The tension between them escalates, and Nate begins to suspect that Elena may know more about the mystery than she's letting on. Could she be involved in the plot against him, or is she just trying to protect him from the truth? By Friday, Nate is pushed to his breaking point when the anonymous messages lead him to a shocking discovery. A long-buried secret from his past resurfaces, threatening not only his career but also his relationship with Elena. The revelation sets the stage for a dramatic confrontation that could have devastating consequences for Nate's future. A week of twists and turns. The week of September 30 to October 4 on The Young and the Restless promises to be one of the most thrilling yet, with jaw-dropping revelations, intense confrontations, and unexpected alliances. As Heather's imposter tightens her grip on Daniel, Audra faces off against a formidable rival, and Nate uncovers a dangerous secret. Geno City will never be the same. Don't miss a moment of the drama as these storylines explode and set the stage for even more twists in the weeks to come.